It's happened already. People are being reported for non-payment on closed cases. Let me explain. Probably about 5% of CMS cases end this month. And the reason they end is because the child left education in the summer and child benefit stopped. So from the 2nd of September, all those cases should be closed. Now, of course, as you are aware, CMS is paid in arrears. So this means when the case is closed, there's a small amount left to pay. And I've seen lots of posts online saying the case has been closed, they still want money off of me, do I have to pay this? The answer, yes you do, because you pay in arrears. If those arrears are, say, £100, it's not just a case of CMS say pay £100. What they do is they issue a new calculation, and that calculation runs from the 2nd of September, or the date they've actioned it, up until the date of the next annual review. So if that's 10 weeks time and you owe £50, they will issue a calculation that says pay £5 per week. If, for example, it's £120 and the review is 4 months away, they're going to say to you pay £30 every month until it's paid off. And that's it. That's the way it should be. Now, this is obviously quite annoying because people want to close their case. They want the case closed, they just want to pay it. And in some cases, they make the mistake of paying it as a lump sum. Now, you've probably seen online, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, do not pay lump sums, because every year we see it happen. And if you're paying weekly, it's starting to happen now. I've already seen one post where someone has said that they've been reported for non-payment because they paid a lump sum. That is just unreal. Now, I don't know the details, but let's just say, let's go back to the £50 owed, and the annual review is due in 5 months. So CMS will say, here's your new schedule, £10 per month. But this person has paid £50 in month 1 in order to not pay £10 in months 2, 3, 4 and 5. Because they've done that, obviously there must be a weekly payer. So because they've done that, paid that lump sum, because it was probably a small amount, and some of these amounts could be as little as £1. Some of these might be £10, some of these might be £20, it could be higher amounts, but some of these are so small amounts that people think, I'm just going to pay it off. Someone has reported, and not someone, the actual other parent. So they've received the lump sum, and then what they've done is the following week, when they've not been paid, because they're not owed anything, because it's already been paid as the lump sum, they've gone and reported their ex for non-payment. That is wrong. That is possibly criminal. That is possibly fraud Act 2006, Section 2, false representation. If you're saying you haven't been paid, and you know you've been paid because your ex has sent you a message and said, look, I paid you a lump sum, you have been paid. So don't go to the CMS, and say that you haven't been paid, because what's going to happen is your ex will probably report you to the police for fraud or financial controlling behaviour. So don't do it. So if you have come to the end of your case, if you get told to pay a small amount, just go with it. If it's £2.50 for the next 6 months, just go with it. If it's £10 a week for 5 weeks, just go with it. If you don't pay a lump sum, don't put yourself in the situation where you can cause trouble for yourself. Do not pay those lump sums. Stick with the plan. It's interest free. It doesn't cost you more. The case is effectively closed. What I mean by that is if the child suddenly goes back to education and he's already still under 19, and they go back to education, the other party could reopen the case anyway. So don't worry about it. Nothing's going to get added unless, of course, the child goes back into education, in which case, well, nothing's been lost. All right? So just stick with the plan. Pay as per the plan. It's interest free. You've got plenty of time to pay it. Don't stress now. Just stick with the plan. And then that way, you will not be told, or CMS will not be told, that you haven't paid. Right, the other thing I want to talk about is the fuel rates changed. So, as you're probably aware, you can claim a special expense for fuel. It's not a lot. In fact, the new rates are quite low. Now, normally, as many of you know, when you claim business fuel, HMRC say you can claim 45p a mile. And if you claim less than 45p a mile, they say you can go to them via your tax return and claim back the difference. If you get paid more than 45 pence a mile, you make a taxable gain and the HMRC charge you tax on that. So the sweet spot for business mileage is 45 pence per mile. However, the CMS don't use the HMRC business rate. They use a thing called the advisory rate, which is a totally different rate. And although it says advisory, as far as I'm concerned, it's derisory because it's so small, it's absolutely just minimal. It's like an atom. It's just minuscule. It's pointless almost, but it's not because it's still some money. But let me explain. So for example, the electric car rate is the lowest. So if you've got a car that is fully electric, the new rate is 7 pence per mile. Now CMS have a minimum expense of £10 per week. So that means in order to claim mileage for an electric car, you have to do 143 miles per week to get the £10. But you don't even get the £10 because the £10 isn't paid to you. They take the £10 off your annual income. So because £10 comes off your annual income, it just means you don't pay CMS on that £10. Now, if you've got one child, you would pay CMS at 12%. If you've got 3 children or more, you pay 19%. So if you think about it, your expense is £10, but you're only going to get, if you've got one child, 12% back, i.e. £1.20. So your CMS for doing 143 miles is reduced by £1.20. Or £1.60 if you've got 2 children, or £1.90. So these rates are really, really poor. It's just amazing, isn't it? You can travel 140 odd miles and you're probably paying 50 quid in fuel, maybe 30 quid in fuel, but your actual money you get back is potentially as low as £1.20. Listen, if you want to know the rates for your car, because it's calculated not on the fuel receipts, but it's actually calculated by the mile, by the engine size, and by the type of fuel. So if you've got a hybrid car, which uses unleaded and electric, you don't receive the electric rate, you actually receive the unleaded rate, which is a little bit higher. In fact, the rates do go up to 24 pence, but you still have to do something like 54 miles in order to qualify. Even if you've got the biggest unleaded car at the highest rate, you still have to do 44 miles. So as I say, it's not particularly generous. But look, if you want the rates, if you look in the description below on this video, you'll see a link to a blog page. You can look at what the rate is for your car and you work at your journey. Remember, CMS don't take fuel receipts, so don't send CMS fuel receipts. They're not applicable. They use the mileage, the type of fuel, and the engine size. 85% of people that watch my video are not subscribers. So please just subscribe and then you'll get the updates when they come out. If you've got any questions on what I've had to say today, particularly about the mileage, put them in the comments below and I will try to get back to you. In the meantime, the video you're seeing on screen now, okay, if that's of use to you, why not click through? Why not watch that video? Because if you like this video, you're bound to like that video. Thank you very much. You have a good day.